What's good?
Hey everyone.
What it do? What's poppin'? Her name is Ebony,
His name is Eugene.
and today's topic is, do we want children?
3G. Yeah. I do what I do. I do what I do. You do it through me. 3G.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So, okay. My husband and I, we're a very attractive couple. Like, yes, I know I'm a baddie. He's a baddie. Like, we're cute. Like, yes. And so a lot of people, they look at us and they're like, oh my gosh, you guys would have such cute children. And it's like, yeah, we really would. We acknowledge that because, we're attractive. So a lot of people, they talk about, you need to have children, you're gonna have children, all of these different things, like, please have children. People that barely even know us, like, come on and have children, like, they don't even need to know us. But no one really knows our perspective behind children.
So, one of the oddest things that I think people don't seem to realize when they bring up children to us is that me and my wife live in a different state and city from our family.
Mm-hmm.
So we work at the same time. We have similar schedules.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were to have children right now at this current state, I would have to switch my schedule, or we'd have to have a babysitter watch our children. In our opinion, having a babysitter watch our children is a big no-no. We want to watch our children.
Yeah.
We want to be with our children.
Yep.
We want to be in a position where we don't have to go to work 8 or so hours a day and not be with our children. We want to spend that time with them, really love on them,
Yes.
build that genuine relationship with our children.
Definitely.
And on top of that, we don't even want our children going to public or private school.
No.
We want to homeschool
Yes.
our children. So we have to be in position to be able to do these things, to even raise children in the environment that we would want to raise our children in. Now, don't get me wrong. We're not going to seclude our children from the world.
Right.
We'll still have them in activities. They're still going to do sports. They're still going to be in plays and whatever they're interested in. We're going to let them try different things and see what they take a liking to. And whatever they take a liking to, we're going to give them our full support and whatever that may be.
And we've always said that since we got together. We always said that we want our child to have the best life. Like, we want to be there for our child. We don't want our child to feel as though we're not spending time with them, that we're not there with them. And we want to genuinely enjoy every moment with our child.
We don't want to miss any of those moments of them growing up.
We already think it's bad enough that we're apart from each other. So,
Exactly.
to add someone else into the picture, our child into the picture, and not being able to spend that time with them, it's just not gonna work.
It's not what we want. That's not what we envision for ourselves. It's not what we envision for our children. It's not what we envision for our family. Now, has there ever been a point in time where you felt you were ready or that you wanted to have a child?
Yeah, definitely. There was a time, and honestly, there's a lot of people that tell me all the time, why don't you have children? Are you pregnant? Like, there's so many things that I get when it comes to children. But yes, there was a time in my life where I felt as though I was ready. And I actually took some necessary steps to try to have a child. And it did not work out. It was not the right timing. And I'm thankful that it didn't work out, because during that time, we weren't ready to have a child, honestly.
Now, granted, we understand you're never 100% ready to have a child. But there are moments and times in your life where you're more ready. When you're wanting it, when you're ready to accept the responsibilities and all the good and great things that come with being a parent.
Right. And we want to be in alignment with each other as well, fully, like, you know what? Yes, we are ready to have a child.
And although when she was ready and going through those steps, of course, I still would have been happy and thankful and proud to be a father at that time. But I was not ready. I didn't feel we were ready. And that's more so because of the lifestyle that I want us to live when we do bring children into this world. Yes. I want to be able to travel and see our extended families when we want to, not when we can schedule the time with our jobs. Like, I don't want the job coming in between my relationship with my wife or with our children. I want my wife and my children to come first before any job.
And then we're able to witness and see, some of the people that we know that have children, and to see the difficulties that come with it. And honestly, looking at it, it makes us like, that's not what we want.
Right.
Like, some people be like, oh, I wish I had a kid. Like, so we look at the situation that they're in and we're like, that's not what we want.
Mm-mm.
That's not what we desire. That's not how we want to raise our children. We want to be there for our children. So it's a blessing,
Right.
It's a blessing that we don't have any kids right now and that we're able to get our stuff together and we're able to get things right.
And we're not saying anything's wrong if you brought children into a different circumstances.
Yeah.
Because we're different.
Yeah.
Everyone's different. The way that we envision our families are different. And that's fine. We're not saying it's better or worse or anything like that. It's just our preference.
Yeah.
It's something that we've thought for a very long time.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, we do believe we know the gender
Yeah, we know the gender already.
of our first child. We already have the name prepared, and we've had it for a year or so, maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah, probably like 2-3 years.
So don't get it twisted. We are
Yeah.
excited to have children, and we know when we do have children, it's going to be great. We're going to be great parents because we've learned so much from those that we've been around.
Mhm.
We've even had children counseling, like for marriages and couples and things like that, to where we have notes and stuff just to help us raise children and things like that, and just for us to be in alignment when it comes to like holidays, where we
Yeah.
stand on that, how we feel about children and having cell phones, what's the right age, what children should or should not be wearing, and how they should or not be talking to us and
Yes.
to others, the respect level. We're not going to tolerate no disrespect from our children
No.
at all. But we're going to love them, care for them, let them express themselves. But there's just certain things that we're not going to tolerate. And that's good that we got this time to talk about these things
Mhm.
before actually having children. Because although you're never 100% prepared, we are going to be more than prepared.
We are going to be more than prepared because we're taking care of ourselves. We're learning more about ourselves. We're growing our marriage, like our communication, like we're growing everything. So when we have our child here, they are happy and more than cared for.
And we're going to give our children everything that we did not receive growing up.
Yes.
All the great things that we did receive growing up, and some of the things that we felt we lacked growing up. So that's why it's good that we're grown now and we can look back and see some of the things that maybe our parents could have done a little bit different,
Mhm.
that may have had a different outcome in our lives, although we're thankful to be where we're at and everything that our parents did for us. But our goal is to give our children more than what we've had.
Definitely. Way more than what we had.
Definitely.
And we know that we're going to give them way more than what we had.
They have no choice because we've already become so much more than who we were.
Yes.
So with that being said, keep that in mind when you're speaking to people who may not have children yet.
Yes.
Because some of them may not want children yet.
Yes.
Or they may not feel they're in a position to where they can raise children the way they would want to raise those children yet.
Yes.
So why don't you ask them first?
And don't assume, yes. Don't ask them and don't assume. Don't say you are gonna have a child next month. Like
Right.
no, like you don't
So
you
many
don't
people
know.
have told us that, and they were all wrong. They were all anointed people of God, and some of them weren't believers or whatever, but nobody knows. You
Yeah.
don't know, and you don't have to make it seem like you know by guessing. That doesn't make you any more of an incredible person that you already are. You just be who you are. It's fine. Ask them how they feel about children. See where they're at. See if they even have plans for children and things like that before just throwing that on them and speaking that over their lives, whether or not you're doing it for good reasons or not.
I agree, babe. Couldn't have said it any better.
All right, so with that being said, we're not going to make it longer than it needs to be. If you're feeling the vibe, like and subscribe. And if you ain't,
Just leave us a thumbs up.
that'll work. And we out.
Bye.